Hey everyone, welcome back to Lounging Around, the show where two best friends talk about nerd stuff. My name's Leon.
My name's Kai.
Welcome. You do that every time.
Every time. You got to do an intro.
Today, we're talking about Superman comics. Because I don't know if you're aware, but there's a Superman movie coming out this year. Next month.
No way.
Crazy. Insane.
I'm ready.
We're talking about the Superman comics we think you should read before Superman, but also just Superman comics that are good.
Fucking bangers.
And one that's bad. Let's preface that.
I mean, no one else thinks it's bad, but we think it's bad.
It's us.
It is bad, it's bad.
So the first comic we're going to talk about is...
Superman for All Seasons.
For All Seasons is a story about Superman, who would have guessed.
Crazy.
And it kind of follows his like earlier years, focusing on, you know, how he grows into the superhero we know.
Love that.
You've probably seen it. It's the one with the bad Superman design.
He looks like a thumb.
He do be looking like a thumb.
I like it, but I know that you don't like it. But I do think it's got like a corniness, a quirkiness to it.
I think it's got the Golden Age charm.
It does, yeah.
It's not a Golden Age comic,
No,
though.
I was about to say, I don't even think it's Golden Age, but it has got that.
The way it does the story is not necessarily from Superman's perspective. It's from like people around him's perspective.
Each like chapter, each issue is a different season. Superman for All Seasons.
That's smart.
So, you know, it's got to be done. So you've got like spring, which is Park Kent, summer, which is Lois Lane, fall, Lex Luthor, which like kind of crazy, and then winter, which is Lana Lang.
So the reason you should read For All Seasons is because it has this like more emotional impact.
Yeah, it's definitely like it focuses more on, well, that exactly, on that side of Superman instead of more just heroics and action scenes, which is quite cool.
Moving on, we're talking about a slightly different story this time, and that's Secret Identity.
Which is, you've still not read it, but I've explained it to you like a handful of times, correct?
Yes.
So it's technically not the Clark Kent that everybody knows from the main continuity. It's Clark Kent from, I guess, our world, because he's at the part where he gets his powers. He's the only human on planet Earth with powers. His family name is Kent, and for Superman exists in that like universe as a media like it does here, and then one day he just kind of wakes up with superpowers. And the reason that I think this is like an essential Superman comic is because it focuses on the fundamentals and the morals that make up Superman, whether or not it's actually Clark Kent. This kid was bullied like his whole life, completely different to kind of Clark Kent's upbringing, and yet he still turns out to be this like bold, stoic superhero that everyone looks up to. And I just think it's a really good read, and if you haven't read it, I suggest you do.
It's a story that gives another perspective.
Exactly.
And a lot of the stories we've picked for this list are ones that are slightly different to like main continuity.
100%.
Superman's character lends a lot to delving deep into the character, not necessarily what is happening on the page.
Exactly.
And this is just like perfect example of that, because it's not even main universe.
No, I think a really cool element of it is he is a fan of Superman in the comics. Not so much he's like, oh, I want to do good and all that, but the minute he gets his powers, he kind of looks to the comics to develop his powers. The next one on the list,
boy,
is our personal least favorite.
This is my most hated comic book ever.
Of all time.
Correct.
A lot of people will disagree with us because you literally go onto Google, type in most popular options of Superman reads, and this will come up as number one every single time. And that's All-Star Superman.
We do need to stop hating on it, because this is supposed to be a positive video, but it's really hard to do a Superman comics video without talking about this one.
It's got good elements, and we said this at the time. There are like good parts of it. Crypto's in it.
We do love crypto.
Anyway, moving on.
The way that it's formatted is it's basically like this episodic structure. I think is it days of the week, or it's portions of time that follow Superman leading up to his spoiler death.
Yeah, sorry about that one.
At the hands of Lex Luthor, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, it's his plan to like poison him with radiation from the sun. But yeah, like it's a very weird story.
It's weird.
I wouldn't read it again.
No. It has weird characters in it. I don't get the appeal of it. It follows Superman in like a day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I didn't.
The only way I saw that is because it's days.
Yeah.
Superman taking his dog for a walk. Superman going on a date with Lois.
Doesn't that all happen in the first like 2 pages?
It's very weird.
Yeah. I don't like it. Let's move on, because we're bitching about it too much. But it's a classic for a reason. Like, people enjoy it, so who knows? You might. You're still wrong.
Switching out from complete utter negativity to complete utter positivity. The next one we're going to talk about is Superman Smashes the Klan.
We love it.
Which is a banger.
Yeah, I've not finished it. I bought the physical. Obviously, I was waiting for it. It wasn't on my app for ages, and I think it was because it had Klan in the name.
Yeah.
But this year they decided, no, put it on there. So now I can read it. I'm gonna bang it out. But it's as much as I've read. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. It's kind of a early years Superman story. Yeah. Superman's quite young in it, and the story itself follows this idea of Superman versus the KKK, which is insane thing to come out of my mouth. However, the way that it does it is it's talking about the way that the KKK operate against the people they operate against versus this idea of Superman who is an alien. And is Superman coming to terms with the fact that he's not normal and he's not a person, and coming to terms with like what makes him Superman and like his powers and stuff. It's got a really interesting interpretation of kryptonite. When he comes into contact with kryptonite, he starts taking on like an alien form, and like
that's pretty cool.
He sees like his parents and they're aliens. It's very different, very stylized version of Superman.
I like that.
And it follows like characters who don't feel at home in America, and then you've got Superman who wants to feel at home on Earth. And it's really clever how it ties together the human element and the alien element of the normal characters and Superman, puts them together against not a classic villain, but like a group of people.
A real life villain.
Correct. A real life villain that is a group of people that have absolutely no goodness in them. They're not painting the KKK as a moral grey area. No. They're just bad. It's like when Indiana Jones fights Nazis. It's the same thing.
Superman in an immigration, like illegal immigrant story is always good. Like especially, there's an episode of Smallville, and obviously you probably wouldn't have seen this, where they are literally harboring a illegal immigrant. Well, Clark is, and his mum is like, no, we have to call the authorities. And he has a speech where he's like, you didn't do the same for me. And I think that's such an integral part of Superman, is that he looks out for everybody, no matter what, whether it's right or wrong, as long as he believes it. Well, not right or wrong, whether it's legal or not, as long as it's the right thing to do. And I think this story, from what you've just told me, is that, and I like that. And then also, I don't know if you know the history behind this book, but like years ago, there was a journalist that didn't sneak in. He did interviews with the KKK when they were kind of like disbanding, but they were still about, and like they were obviously just doing what they got to do. And he led them to believe that he was like agreeing with them, and he got all their knowledge and whatever. And then instead of going to the papers or whatever, he sold the rights to the Superman radio show, and they did an episode where they used all of the information to just mock the KKK.
That's crazy.
And I think that's where this book has come from.
Yeah.
And I just think that's amazing. Like that guy, whether it was his original intention or not, it was a very Superman thing to do.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
You should 100% read it. If you enjoy anime as well, it's got a very anime style to it. 10 out of 10. Banger. Next up, we've got to talk about a classic Superman story that everyone just needs to experience. It's not the greatest story, but it has to be experienced, and that is the death of Superman. Spoilers.
It's been recreated in multiple mediums. Literally everything. Film, TV, other comics, games.
But yeah, it's Superman versus Doomsday and Superman loses. And it's like that big moment in comics where the hero loses, like Batman getting brutalized by Bane.
It's a banger though. Banging cover shot. It is sick.
Is it Nightfall?
Yeah.
Fire storyline. You know, it's not the best story, but I think everyone has to read it. You got to know this. Or just watch Batman vs. Superman, because it's the same thing.
Batman vs. Superman, there is literally an animated version of The Death of Superman and The Return of Superman, or The Rise of Supermen, because there's multiple Supermen that are trying to take up his role. And I think this does lead into that as well. But yeah, it's a classic story. I feel like everyone knows what this one's about. Like, I don't think you're a comic book fan and you haven't heard of The Death of Superman at least once.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you hadn't. Yeah. It'd be weird if you hadn't.
And to segue off of that, another story that I think everyone has probably heard of is Kingdom Come.
Banger.
DC Elseworlds? Is it called that?
Yeah, DC Elseworlds. Definitely, yeah.
So it's a story outside of the main continuity, different universe.
I think it's flowed in and out. There's been like points where it's been Elseworlds, and then there's been points where like people are like, the main continuity will show something that shows that this continuity's future is Kingdom Come.
Okay.
So it switches in and out depending on what the writer wants to show and what the writer wants their version of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to end up like. It's about Superman retiring for years and just going back to the Kent farm and just living in Smallville and just doing mediocre standard Superman shit, which is, again, love to see it. And then it's kind of got The Boys sort of vibe to it, where so superheroes, have come and gone, and then everyone that has kind of risen as of recently is in a moral grey area, where like you could argue they're not really doing the right thing, and they're kind of just doing what they think is right and necessarily doesn't work, which is a lot of people's conspiracy of what the new movie's going to be. Is like it's a reverse Kingdom Come story, so instead of him retiring, he's actually going to become a superhero. Obviously not in this film, it's like year 2, because he believes that all heroes like the Justice Gang are just corporate sellouts, and he wants to do good for good's sake. And there's rumors that like we're not going to see them in this, but the JSA have existed, which are the original Justice Society of America, like Jay Garrick the Flash, the one that wears like the army hat, the Alan Scott,
Dr. Fate,
Dr. Fate, and they inspire Superman to be a more corny classic Superman, and that's what Kingdom Come is. It's just him coming back into like the limelight to show everyone how things should be done. It obviously doesn't go to plan, because why would it? It's been years since he's been active, so things have changed. Some people are okay with the new heroes, some aren't, and it causes like a bit of a world war between the heroes and the humans. So
love it.
It's a banger though. It is a banger.
Speaking of bangers, now this is the most modern one we have. Brand new, Absolute Superman. It's different. It is something different, and it's very different for a Superman story, and it's very different for actually a lot of the stories we've talked about. But it goes so hard. It's a new reimagining of his origin, and it's a Superman fighting against injustice. It's more of like a freedom fighter.
He moves like Batman.
He do be moving like
Batman.
He
moves like Batman. He's got a black suit. He's still got the classic Superman logo, but he's got a black suit, moves in the shadows. People only hear whispers about him. The thing is, he kind of moves like Henry Cavill Superman in the first Man of Steel.
He does.
Like, he's not really a beacon of anything. The rumors of him are the hope, not really him himself.
But he's like becoming this beacon for like poor people.
Yes.
And for the oppressed. And like it's a different side to Superman. Love it. And the design is fire. Bro's got long, sexy, luscious locks. And he has the sickest cape that is sentient, goes onto his gauntlets, and like he's just also this powerhouse, and he's struggling to contain the power. It's really freaking good. You should just check it out.
It is really good. Like, it's so good. And it's obviously, as we said, it's a different interpretation, but that's what makes it good, is that you spin it completely differently and the morals are still the same. I feel like sometimes with comics like this, you kind of just want to see, Superman, and you don't really want to see the background as much. You're like, just tell me the new interpretation. But whenever there's actually a comic book that's based solely on Krypton in the past, I love it. I think it's just equally as good as the new one. As the present time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
That's the end of the video. We don't have any more to talk about. Apart from one. The best. Our personal quintessential Superman story. Been off all the other ones. If you only read one story from this video, it is
Superman up in the sky.
Up in the sky.
Banger.
So fucking good.
It's so good. I think I read this. Did I read this and then tell you to read it? Yeah. This was one of those ones. It's like 6 issues long, and I didn't put it down. Like, I read it from start to finish, rapid. And it's so good. Every single story is technically like different, but it's one journey. It basically did what All-Star Superman tried to do, but because it's smaller and compact, it succeeds in every aspect. So much better.
The whole point of the story is the whole point of Superman. Superman is risking everything, and like when we say everything, we mean everything, to save one person. It's one little girl that has been kidnapped by an alien race, and he is going after them. And he has all these interactions, and we see there is a chapter from the girl's perspective, and this is one of my favorite chapters, talking about Superman and the Flash having a race.
Batman would lose that race.
But Batman would lose that race. There's like all different kinds of chapters. He gets thrown back in time. He gets separated, where Clark Kent and Superman are two different people.
Superman.
There's one where he loses to Darkseid, and finally like has to. Well, he loses in speech marks.
Has to take a life.
He has to take a life.
But
and
he outsmarts Darkseid.
He does. does.
As he do.
It's such an interesting story. It's so simple, but at its core, it is the heart of who Superman is.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's literally, and I would be surprised if anything ever dethrones it, is literally the best comic I've ever read.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It is really good. Like, I feel like we talk about it all the time.
We do.
I feel like we've probably talked about it at least like 4 or 5 times, but it's so good. Favorite chapter for me is, as you said, either the race or Man and Superman. I just think they're fucking both banging.
I also love, really, and now this is a spoiler if you haven't read it, but I love at the end when they're going home and there's just a chapter of Superman trying to keep this child calm as they fly across the universe. And we learn about Superman and we learn about the girl. It's
just asking questions about the Justice League, about his life, about being Superman, and it's all perfect. Like, it's all exactly how you would expect him to answer. And it's just fucking good.
Exactly.
It's so good.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. It's the little bits of random hope that the girl still has, because at the end of like every like other book, it will show the girl being held captive by the aliens and how she still has hope that Superman will save her. And I think the aliens, even, you never see them, but I think you see them speak, and I think they even try and like make her disbelieve that that's ever going to happen. Like, why would he save you? You're one person.
But he does.
Fucking Superman.
Because he's Superman.
We love it. It's the best one. Read that one. Scrap everything else.
Facts.
Apart from Absolute, that's also really good.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is our list, but it's you guys' turn now. Let us know down below in the comments what you think is the quintessential Superman comic. If you say All-Star, you're getting banned. I don't care if you're our only viewer, banned.
Instant banned. Because I know, the thing is, I know everyone's going to say it.
Everyone is going to say it. It's sad. While you're down there, you can like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be alerted every single time we upload. Many thanks once again to our wonderful editor. Give some love down in the comments, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.